It's showtime. What's up, good people? And welcome to the Frank Harris Show, the biggest, the best, the baddest, and the most provocative show on the planet. And I'm going to emphasize provocative today because we're going to talk about a provocative topic. But before we go, I want to thank the fans. 30,000 subs, 30,000 subscribers. We're growing, we building family, we building community. Let's keep on going. 30 turns to 50, 50 turns to 100, 100 turns into a million, a million turns into 10 million, 10 million turns into 100 million. I believe it. Let's stay strong, let's stay together, and let's do it. Let's do it, do it, do it. That being the case, I got to talk about it. In this corner, we got the lion, conniving, scheming, misogynistic, felon, Donald Trump. On this side, we got the sleepy, the incompetent, the incoherent, the old, too old Joe Biden. Really? Are these the two best candidates that we could find to run for the presidency of our country? I tell you something. The international community, political community, the international community in general must be laughing. They have to be laughing. I mean, these are the best two candidates we can get to run what is supposed to be the best country in the world, the best country in the free world, the USA, the most envied country in the world. And these are our two candidates. Look, and Democrats, I don't understand this. For years and years and years, the Democrats have hung their hat on the fact that um, Donald Trump and the Republican Party is like a cult for Donald Trump. No matter what Donald Trump does, he's bulletproof, right? He's a felon, he gets convicted, right? You hear about his misogyny. He lies all the time. I mean, the insurrection, January 6th, spurring that on, talking about, it wasn't his fault, talking about people didn't get hurt when you had officers who died, people who lost their lives. Let those people there tell you it was something completely different. The people who were fighting, right, the insurrection crew will tell you a different story and on how harrowing and crazy it was. So Trump's handling of that is crazy. But anyway, that being the case, you've argued Democrats that people follow this guy blindly, okay? And now Democrats, guess what? You're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. If you're looking at this objectively, there's no one who can objectively look at Joe Biden and hear him in press conferences that are not totally scripted, hear him at that debacle, not even the debate. Just watch how he moves. Just look at the man. There's no one who could really think that this man is competent enough and should be in a position to run the country. Even now, that's debatable. That's not even debatable. Now, it doesn't look like he can do it, okay? And I do understand there's a lot of aides and people around presidents that help, but the guy looks way over the hill, okay? So, so Democrats, how are you like, ostrich burying your head in the sand, okay? Like you accuse the Republicans of doing, and you're following this guy blindly, a guy who everybody knows and everybody can see is not equipped to run the country. And again, it's questionable if he can do it now. Imagine him 3 to 4 years from now. By the way, Father Time is undefeated, okay? Whether it's in sports, in politics, at some point you have to step aside. And I get it. I understand what a great job it is to have, okay? Command in chief. The wife loves it. You love it, okay? But it's going to be ironic. The irony is going to be, and I don't think Biden can beat Trump at all. And so if you Trump, you smiling all the way to the bank in this one, right? The bank of you winning again. And you want, as he refers to him, Sleepy Joe, to stay in the race. Because Trump knows the only legitimate candidate that he can beat, okay, in a presidential race is Sleepy Joe Biden, okay? That being the case, Joe Biden came in, okay, about 4 years ago, and he did a great job, all right, from a Democratic perspective of unseating Trump, okay, and trying to make changes policy wise. Stepped in, fought the Republicans, realized that he couldn't necessarily um, make good with all the Republicans, but he came in and he got his policies passed. And look, he did a decent job. But but he's going to be the guy that ushered Trump out. But right now, his legacy is going to be the guy that ushered Trump back in, because the only person that Trump can beat is him. So, Joe, ego aside, and by the way, Joe Biden has had an incredible historic run as a politician for years and years and years, right? Great run as a politician. His service has been fantastic, but you got to know when it's time to go. You got to know when the lights are on and the music stops, it's time to go home, Joe. And so, Democratic Party. And I know Clooney had an op-ed piece, I believe, in the Times the other day. You guys got to make the guy step aside. So Biden, you should want to step aside and do what's better for your party and Democrats. You have to make the guy step aside, because realistically, almost anybody who's credible can beat Trump. Trump is not really, right, an electable guy unless he's running against a guy who everybody looks at and knows that he's incompetent. And so, realistically speaking, Democrats, you have to push Biden out. I was shocked initially. It seemed like after the debate, the momentum was everybody was concerned, and we felt like Biden was going to be pushed out. Biden, as the career politician he is, fought back. But now he continues to misstep. He called Harris, he called her Trump his vice president, right? He got that confused. Then he called Zelensky the Ukraine president, Putin, right, when he introduced him. The guy's just old, man. And again, Father Time's undefeated. Biden's been great. What about guys like Gavin Newsom? I think Kamala Harris, as unlikable as she is, and she's unlikable, could probably beat Trump, right? Even she could beat Trump. Trump is not really a guy that's going to be hard to beat if you have a reputable person on the other side of the aisle, okay? So Democrats, if you want to win, you get rid of Sleepy Joe, okay? Get somebody in place before the Democratic convention, all right? And then probably beat Trump. If you want to lose, keep Sleepy Joe, right, where he is, the guy that's not prepared to do it, and Trump will be reelected and have a chance, and will have a chance to lead the country again, which is crazy, given what happened his first 4 years. So anyway, as you know, we talk about all kinds of stuff. We talk about a lot of sports, right? But this is a real issue that I had to address, because it's getting crazier and crazier and crazier as we get closer and closer and closer to the election, all right? Republicans standing pat. Trump feels like he's sitting in a good place. Democrats, you look like a very torn, disorganized, torn, afraid, right, to stand up for what's right. The Democratic Party looks like it's in shambles right now. So you better figure it out, because you got a few months before it's election time. All right. All right, people. Well, listen, we'd love to get your feedback, your quotes, your comments. I understand that politics is a hot topic. You understand what I'm saying? But let's keep the comments, right, real. Okay. Let's not be racist. Let's not do all of that. Let's keep the comments real. Let's keep the comments good. You understand what I'm saying? Looking forward to seeing what you guys come back with. Right? Always appreciate you. Always appreciate you guys chiming in, you guys listening in. All right. Nothing but love. I'm out.